Okay, kids, so today's project is replacing the heater blower fan in an F250. So here's the only tool that you really need is a multi-screwdriver. Pull out the end here, and this becomes a little socket wrench, which just happens to fit the screws that hold the heater in. So let's pull the screws out. I think there's only 3 of them. The bottom one being the hardest one to get to. And right now it is raining, cold and windy outside, but I'm braving it anyway. Okay, now we are going to remove this 1/2-inch bolt here to get the cruise control module out of the way so I can get the fan out. So that's loose enough to do by hand. Okay, and then there's a second bolt down below here. You need to loosen that up. Okay, should be able to do that by hand. Okay, there we go. Just lift it out of the way then. And this thing here is ready to come out. What else we got going here? Okay, just get that rubber band off of it. Okay, there, finally we have our fan out. And so the motor, probably the brushes in that were just fried. So that is it. Alright, so here's the new fan motor. Looks about the same as the other one. Here's the hole for that vent here. And there is the foam gasket. So let's put that back on. Get that positioned in there. Line up the holes. Not quite it yet. Okay, there's where the holes line up and match. So let's just make sure that the gasket is in place. And now we can put it back in. So let's put a couple of screws back in here. Okay. And before we tighten things all the way back down, let's just make sure we get our screws back in. Obviously, I would suggest removing the 2 bolts on the cruise control module and moving it out of the way first, and then taking out the fan motor. Easier to get to. Okay. Alright, we are all lined back up. Let's put our rubber piece into the hole here. It just kind of pops in. You need to get it in. Put the ring around it. This back in. And that's everything correct. Correct. That's it. Yeah, the difference is that the other fan unit had a pigtail wire coming off of it, whereas this one has the plug is mounted directly to the fan motor. Okay, and so this here boot is in, and as I say, this just has air blowing into the motor housing to keep the motor coils cool. So let me run in, turn the key, turn the fan on, and see if we have a fan. Hang on a second, you'll hear it. Yeah, sounds good. Getting a lot of air blowing through. Much better. Now I have heat, air conditioning, ventilation. Everything is working the way it should be. Okay, let me turn off the fan, and we'll put the cruise control module back in position and plug it in. Put the top bolt in. Remember, these are both 1/2 inch. And now the bottom bolt. Be careful working around this location. Right here is the solenoid switch for the starter motor, and so you want to be careful when you're working the wrenches near it, because all the bolts are going to be on the ground side, and that's not a good thing when you are working on a negative and you touch a positive. It can be quite exhilarating. Okay, so let's get this thing here all wrapped up now. Okay, there's one. Doesn't need to be tight, just, you know, snugged down good. Alright, and there we go. This here's my handy Makita socket set for my impact guns, screw guns. This is the metric size version. Put the screw tip back in my screwdriver slash socket for the nuts, screws on the blower motor. And that's it, we're done. One last thing. Plug in the cruise control module. And we're done. That is how you change the blower motor on your heater in an F250, but it basically applies to almost any car. So, all right.